Let's see. Just gonna open up the Pixley thing. Gotta get Kuggin. Alrighty. And how's my mic? Alrighty. And how's my mic? Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on a moment. Let me Hello. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I can handle that. And turn down the volume there. Yep. Cool, that's good. Awesome. Oh, hey, upgraded. That's cool. Nice. All right. So, hello. I'm streaming. I was thinking to myself, I'm bored. What am I gonna do? Well, I can go upstairs and doom scroll YouTube, Reddit, and probably Twitch or something like that for 4 hours straight. Or I can be productive with my life and do stuff. So I'm gonna be productive with my life and do stuff, in that order. So here I am. I'm here and queer. I'm live and live. I'm double live. All right. Also, does it really make sense to have a door here? I don't think it does. So with that in mind, shit. Okay. Wait a moment. Let me just move the door. Actually, that might be easier than Let's just move the door. Because I realized rotating the whole fucking building kind of poses some issues. Let me just do that. There we go. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so I'm redoing the alley scene right now, and getting some stuff done for that. So I have to figure out how I want this to work, because there's a lot, and I mean a metric shitload of spotlights. Um, I have to figure out how this is gonna pan out. Yeah, we'll see. First we'll get the building scheme done, and then I'll worry about the lighting later. How about that? I think that's a good mix. Also, let me go into my Discord really quickly. Let me check my mic levels and make sure they are still indeed active. Okay, and Discord. I can hear myself. It's kind of funny. I'm having too much fun with this. Oh, God. It's. I'm trying to speak, but then I'm talking over myself and it's making me feel like muttering. Ugh. I'll say something quiet. I'll be like, wow, I'm having too much. See? It's horrible. I keep cutting myself off. Okay. Shush. Shut up! No. Quiet. Alright. No respect. I am. Oh, I've. There we go. And for the sake of my own mental. Shut up! For the sake of my own mental health, I'm stopping myself from hearing myself, because, God, that person's annoying. So, where was I? Alleyway. Yes, making buildings and stuff. I might need more buildings, honestly. I should make a brick. Yeah, that would save a lot of space too. That's you know what? That's further down the line. Um, I should have a door on these things. Hold on a moment. Let me not even save. Let's go into that building 2 asset. I think it's building 2, or maybe it's just brick building. Interestingly enough, it's not showing the whole genealogy here. It's distinctly not. Come on, genealogy, brick building. There's building 2, building 3. Okay, guess we're just not gonna show the brick building. That's fine. Brick. Huh. Okay. Um, building. Building 4. Here we go. So, oh, I have to update these. What changed? Nothing at all. Alrighty. Whatever. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay. I'm just gonna add a door on here. Really just anything to make this building seem more like a building. Because right now it's just a brick box. Door. Then get this. That's probably a reasonably sized door. Probably. How large is the building compared to the door? Pretty small actually. How large is the door compared to a person? Pretty large, actually. Okay, you know what? Sure, we'll work with that. For maximum use of building space, I'm gonna put the door on corners. That just makes sense. Okay. No. Wow, I sure do hope that when I go into the alley scene that distinctly uses this one particular building, it actually shows as being updatable for that one particular building. It does. Good stuff. Okay, let's update everything here. Now, next thing. You. Be dimmer. Okay. Oh, and also, don't be that color. There we go. Alrighty. Now, next part is this. Let me just go over here. Okay. Just gonna take a look at the lighting. Wow, so many fucking lights. Okay. Now, let's also see if I can get rid of some of these. Okay. I'm gonna make this black, right? And we're just gonna turn this off. Good stuff. Okay. I'm gonna make this just black and turn this off. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm just gonna slowly it makes sense to have all of these off just because of the fact that we just got through basically shooting out the entire building. So we're gonna make this building completely dead. The other side, yeah, let's get rid of these. Okay. There we go. Okay. You are gone. No, come on. Gone. Gone. And gone. Alright, so that should just make it a little bit easier to process now. Hey, look at that. Almost no light glitches. Except for, light's coming from here? Hold on a moment. Okay, well, in that case, what I'll do actually is one, I'm going to turn off this one then at the very least. And then I'll also go into here. There is there's a microchip somewhere. There it is. Okay, we're going to go in here. Vent concluded. Yeah, so now our house, or I guess our apartment, is all the way off. Because, well, we just came out of there and everyone's in there is dead. So that's all off. I'll go onto the floor too. Okay. Let's see. Bug. Okay. We're gonna set the fog to, I'm thinking, this level right here. So, I mean, pretty low around all things considered. And we're gonna stretch it out in all directions substantially. Okay. Looks just a little bit better. Okay. Very good. Very good. I'll have to add some dust in here as well later, but we'll get to that point. Just have to get the rest of the set up. That going now. Okay. So off that. I want the player to this first. Okay, actually just do it like that. And we will extend this. Right there. Okay. Wrong. Here we go. And that's set. And it should wrap around perfectly. Dang it. Okay, watch. Put this here and it should be perfect. Oh. Okay then. Okay. should out everywhere. Yep, that's awesome. You know, while we're at it, let's also even this out. Okay. There we are. That building, and then okay. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. So we now have this here. Another building is like an access point. That's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna save this. I'm gonna stare at the. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, now I'm gonna stare at the weird circles until it decides to do its thing. And hold on, I think I have some assets for this. Let's see if it actually fits the like the look though. Get type in point because I forget if it's like a access point, rail point. Okay, not that. Let's try guard or station. It's probably like sentry station, I think. Let's try sentry. Oh, dang it! What is it called? Okay. Maybe. go? No, not in this. Can I go into here? Can I look at the scene list and then go to the checkpoint? Latest version, and then genealogy. Because I know I didn't make it in the scene. At least I don't think I did. Corridor, guard tower, sign, door, conditioning room. Nah, not that. Oh, that's useful. What did I call it? Doctor's voices in this scene? Oh, doctor voice modulation. Tiny checkpoint. Dang it. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we'll put this right. Well, almost right there. Actually, that's pretty close to it. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Four, five, six. Good. Nothing else was accidentally selected. Awesome. So we'll do this here. And did I accidentally delete? I think I did delete it. Okay. Or it's just, yep, never mind right there. Okay, we'll get a pipe. Oh, wrong pipe. Rusted pipe. Okay. And we'll just do that. Another one right here too. Then we'll go in here, rotate this. There we go. Okay. There we go, there we go. There we go. No one will ever notice. So, now that that's done, we'll do this. We'll get the conditioning rooms. Okay. Alright, good stuff. Let's actually move this over here a little bit. And I think this is just a full-on... No, it's not. Okay. Actually, I don't think I have a single unedited version of the standard house, so let me just get that really quickly. We're just going to be building 3. Yep. Just good. Okay. Alrighty, right there. Okay. Now what I'll do is, yeah, how do I want to handle this bit here? Okay, that. No, these areas here still feel very open. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let me also tighten up this area a bit too as well. Okay. I'll do this. Alrighty. That is better. That is better. Hey, are you supposed to be this comically large? I don't think you're supposed to be this comically large. We'll handle that later, I guess. Okay. Let's see. So next is going to be this. I'm actually going to turn off all these for now. Okay. What do I want to put here? What should go here? Guard dispensaries. Checkpoints for the guards. Informing centers. Decisions for what's next. What do I want to put here? There needs to be something to fill in this space. But what should it be? I don't know. I'll think that one through. Honestly, this is still a concept for the remake of the alley. I might still go with the original scene that we're working on because we already have an existing scene available. I'm essentially remaking it for the sake of seeing if I can do better with it. But we already have this. Let me turn off the lo-fi actually. Let me actually just wait here. If I just wait, eventually I'll be able to continue through without having to worry about obstacles. Just gotta play dead.
I can't see.
Indeed, you cannot see. Because I'm waiting in the darkness for the guards to leave. There comes the music. There's a raid going on in this house here, but if I play dead, they'll just leave the house thinking that I've died. And you can continue through the vents without having any consequences. As fast as you want. I don't feel like having to go through the vents the hard way, so we're doing the cool little Easter egg way. So, how are you doing? What's up? How do you do? Yeah, here's the original alley.
Who and what game is this? Is this Beat Saber?
Oh man, this is definitely not Beat Saber. Also, I'm not sure what's up with the audio glitches. Um, so this is Dreams. This is a game that I made on, well, am making on PlayStation 4/5. I'm actually making this in collaboration with another person. They're the art director. I am the modeler and programmer. Yeah, we're gonna avoid him for many reasons. Okay. Yeah, this is the original version of the alleyways, which I want to try and see if I can make better. But we'll see. The light
Wow, that's
glitches
cool, so it's
currently.
gonna be official on PS4.
Oh, if only. It's made on a game on. Okay, so it's weird. Dreams is a game on PlayStation 4 and 5 that lets you make games inside of it. So this is technically a game inside of a game. Everything modeled by yours truly. This is actually one of the older scenes in the game. I'm intending on making it a lot nicer. But so it's going to be officially on PlayStation the same way that a Super Mario level, like I guess custom level. I've never played Super Mario, but I know they're like you can make custom levels. I think it's like what is it Super Mario that lets you make custom levels or Mario Maker? It's going to be an official PlayStation game the same way that a Mario Maker game is an official Mario game. Like it's made in the same engines, right? And all that stuff. But that's about it. Also, why is this light not coming on here? There's a really cool like visual, but it's not doing anything. And I'm not sure why. I don't, I'm not gonna question it either. I'm not gonna question it. Actually, no, I'm gonna question it. On being cool and stuff. Hey, friend. Hey, buddy, chum, pal, friend, buddy, chum, friend, bud. You should be making light. But you're not. Now I simply ask why that may be the case. And you know what? I'm too lazy to figure it out the hard way, so we're just gonna boop, no, just no shadows cast by that. And I just
Are you
reset the
gonna
scene.
post this video?
Oh, I mean, this is a live stream, so I'll just keep it up and post it. I'm not really gonna like delist the video or anything like that. I'll just keep it up. Yeah, let me show you some like finished scenes through and through, or like far more finished scenes. So you saw the ally, or the alley, but it's spelled out as the ally. Here is another scene. Two scenes after the alley. Or this is the second scene after the alley. So you fall out of a window of a house that you had broken into this checkpoint area. Or this is basically right behind every neighborhood in the city. So they are processing human meat, and they are using it for reasons. And this happens to be behind the apartment areas. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I'm very happy with how the visuals have turned out for this. So this is actually a calming area right after a very tense scene where you have to survive a accidentally killer robot. It's not trying to kill you. It's just really bad at doing its job, um, which I find rather humorous.
Wow, the sky looks so cool.
Thank you. Modeling it was a bitch. I'll tell you what. Modeling that was not easy, but it really did work out. So there are enemies in here, but they're a lot sparser to give the player a little bit more of a relaxing kind of, I guess, point in which they don't have to stress as much. Also, when it blinks, the light dims. Just a fun little thing. That was difficult to do. Well, it wasn't difficult to do, but it was annoying to do. So, I'll show all the calming scenes and maybe one or two of the stressful ones, just so you can get an idea for like the visuals of this game. So this is actually one of the least visually impressive, at least in terms of how things have developed so far, because this has been in development for about 3 years now, just about 3 going on 4. So this area here is actually really old. It was modeled quite a while ago. Some of the newer areas are such as this one. No, not the somewhere. The not quite as fucked, but some could say. What was the full name of it again? I gave it a really long, convoluted name for no reason. I'm gonna have to change the name of the scene once I release it because I can't just call it this. Not quite as fucked. In fact, one could say it's unfucked, fuckless even. But I ran out of characters, so I couldn't type the whole thing. But this is another scene in the game. So here's another calm area. I'm just going to show off all the environments because I love the environments. I put a lot of work into the environments. It's going to take a while to climb up this ladder though. But I think you're going to find it really cool when I get to the top. But you're coming from a very deep underground facility, and there's no elevator from where you are up to the surface, so you just have to climb this ladder. Yes, I know that the animations for the ladder and the climbing are a little desynced. I don't know why. There's not actually like a... The way you animate in Dreams is complicated, and it does not make it easy. But that's aside the point. Just check this out. Eventually. We're getting there. Miano, how are you doing though? What's up? Oh, there goes my phone. What's up? Oh, no, shush me, shush. Okay, there we go. Also, I suggest you turn up your volume for this. It's gonna be cool. Also, all the sound design here was done by me. So, including the thunder. That's not actual thunder. It's fake thunder. Look at this. Huh?
That sounds like real thunder. How did you make that sound?
A crossbow, May. A crossbow. It was very difficult to pull off, but I did it with a crossbow. I'll show you shortly. But there's a lot of really cool thunder. I'm not all of them play because there's a few cool few thunder sounds. There we go. That I'm quite proud of. That's an alright one. Ooh. That one right there. Sometimes you'll have 2 lightning strikes happen at the same time. And do that. Let me show you, though, how I did it. Let me actually go into the genealogy of this and find my... Was it lightning or lightning chip? Lightning chip, I'm pretty sure. Has the thunder sounds in it. Yep. So, you have this sound. I got sound warning, by the way.
I love the lighting colors.
Thank you. So that's a crossbow. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm affecting both its... Oh, pardon me. Its distortion, its chorus and delay, high pass filter. I think this one does affect the oscillator, but I don't think it, or maybe it doesn't. This one doesn't. And it also affects granular randomization to create kind of like that cackling or crackling sound, along with slowing down the crossbow. So watch this. Let's delete all these. Now it sounds like this. Still sounds pretty thundery, right? Watch this. Chorus and delay off. Sounds kind of like poorly made thunder, but sounds like thunder still. Let's get rid of the EQ, so we're gonna like decrease how bassy or high end kind of shrilly it is. Now it no longer has the bass. Let's get rid of the distortion now. Still sounds pretty thundery though. Let's get rid of the filter. So that filter gets rid of the high end, so all you hear is the bass frequencies
Looks
of
like
that
some
crossbow.
stuff. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Oh, sound design, my friend, sound design. So I'll go step by step. You have a sound clip here of, in this case, a crossbow, right? And you have a bunch of different things you can affect with the crossbow, such as distortion, filter, oscillator, which I don't even use, like granular randomization, and granular synthesis. What do all those mean? We'll watch. Crossbow sound. Well, let's slow down the splice, so we'll make it go 8% as quickly. See, now it's really slow. Let's add some granular randomization. So let's make random. So when you hear a sound, it's not the way that you expect to hear it in, say, real life, where it's just a continuous vibration of air. In a computer, it has little grains. A long sound is actually a collection of a bunch of really tiny grains of sound, and you can affect how those grains sound. So you can do something like this. So the grains are unevenly spaced by this. So watch. We're going to make the intervals random now. And then we're going to make the shape of them different, so how the grains play. Instantaneously fade away, or fade in and instantaneously drop. That's what grain does. Filter filters out the high end, right? What that would sound like in practice would be something along the lines of this. Hello and welcome to my generic car dealership where I sell generic cars. Good, buy my shit. All right, we're gonna do something like that, right? Now we're going to put a filter on there. Hello and welcome to my generic car dealership where I sell generic cars. Good, buy my shit. And let's add some filtering. Hello and welcome to my generic car dealership where I sell generic cars. Good, buy my shit. And let's filter it even more. So what that does is that cuts off the high end. A sound has a bunch of different frequencies in it, right? That's why when you're listening to a song, you might say, wow, this has really strong bass, or this sounds really tinny, right? Or like very, it hurts your ears because of all the high frequency sounds, right? What a filter does is you can filter out those high frequencies, and you can also do something called resonance, and you can make more prominent a certain part of the frequency. Watch this. Notice how when I bring it up there, you hear a particular frequency. And watch. You had to that little kind of subtle bit that you hear there is the sound of the resonance changing, right? Which frequency it's making extra auditory. So that's what a filter does. Distortion takes the sound and it adds different wave shapes onto it, and it makes it, it almost like kind of corrupts the waveform, if you think of it like that, right? It adds impurities, right? Like watch. So you add a square wave onto there, a bunch of them, and it completely distorts the original frequency and creates something that sounds different. And there are different distortions you can do. stuff like that. Then there is chorus and delay. What chorus and delay does is this adds voices into the mix, right? So what is a voice? Well, a voice, think of it like this. With a human person, right, is going to be a singular person making a sound, like I am now, like ah, right? Well, chorus and delay, what that would do is that would add on more voices. So watch this. We'll do that, right? And let's play around with chorus. So, no voices. Just one. Don't hear much of a change, do you? Well, let's add some feedback now, right? So what'll happen is now you're going to hear a bit more of the voices overlapping on top of each other. Now you can hear it almost sounds like there's technically there's thousands of them playing over top of each other all at once. But let's make it a bit more obvious. Let's increase the time between each voice. So now I'm playing it slower. You can actually hear that there's a bunch of individual ahs happening all at once on top of each other, creating a chorus, and then you can also choose how much they delay affect. Hence chorus and, well, delay. The longer it delays, the easier it is to hear each individual one. The less delay, it doesn't really sound much like a bunch of different voices. Now it sounds like just one new distorted kind of voice. So there's another way that you can change how a sound works. And lastly, a little bit of tie back to where we were before, EQ, which is a direct effect to the frequencies. Unlike the filter where you cut it off, this one you can choose what is cut off from what area and what might be bolstered or maintained. So you can say cut off the high end. Sounds very tinny. Or you can cut off the low end. Wait, I said that the wrong direction. You can cut off the low end and make it very tinny, or cut off the high end and make it very bassy. And maybe you want to increase the high end. Or maybe you want to do that to the high end instead. So you want to increase the high end, not the low end. That's what EQ does. And you can do what's called shelving. Stuff like that. And we're not going to worry about compression. That's a whole other thing. That's if you get into music and start working on mixing and stuff like that. But for sound design, we don't have to worry about that. So what I did with the crossbow was I did a mix of things to make it sound like thunder. Right? First off, we'll get rid of these for now. I slowed down the thing, so that way it would the sound would last for a longer period of time. I randomized how the sound played granularly, so it sounds more random and jittery and kind of broken, to sound more electric, right? Didn't do anything with the oscillator. That's a whole other thing. That's more for music than it is for sound design. I cut off the high end. That way, it doesn't sound like a bunch of impacts or, crossbow shots. You just hear the bass. See? I added distortion to make it sound less clean and a little bit more staticky. That versus this. See? And then I added in some chorus and delay. This is more so for a subtle change. You almost can't really hear a difference, but it softens it just slightly, right? And it makes it kind of meld in. And then I added in a bunch of bass, a little bit of kind of higher mid-range, and a little bit of high-end. That way, bassy and some of the crackles come through and sound more crisp. Then what I did is I added in animation. I basically made it so that way these green things affect, say, volume. Well, this one affects envelope. That's a whole other thing. Basically, that affects how loud the sound is at any given moment in time. The static volume, how loud the sound is in general. And then here, I affected, I think it was filter. So I made it cut off even more of the high frequency to make it sound like it's fading away. So when you see all of it together, just like that. So there's a lot that goes into sound design on Dreams. But yeah, this is Dreams. I should probably give a proper introduction to it. It is a game where you make games on, as I mentioned earlier. So like other people have made stuff on here and they've uploaded it onto the Dreamiverse, which is a big server native inside of the game where you can play other people's creations. Like someone did like Pig Detective. It's like a Sherlock Holmes, but with pigs. On the right is just barely
Yeah, bro,
visible.
you should be my teacher.
Well, I mean, hey, if you want me to teach you sound design stuff, sure, I very well may. This is a long game. I'm not sure if I want to play. Some game require a motion sensor function. Actually, you can skip most mini games by holding. Okay, cool. So you can play other people's games and stuff. I'm not gonna play this, but okay, that's a little bit loud. There we go. That's better. There was a squid on the back of that truck or car. So I'll show off a little bit of this. This is one of the thousands of games on here. Basically, it's like Steam, but worse. To be fair, Steam is highly curated compared to Dreams, but Dreams has a lot of creative freedom. I mean, like, come on,
How did you figure all of it out?
look
Was it
at this
difficult?
guy, look at this pig. It wasn't as difficult as you might think. A lot of this stuff you learn over time, right? So what I did was I make music as another thing, right? I don't just make video games. I also do music. Music more so than games, honestly. And it's pretty complicated now, right? But when you're starting off, well, most people start off with the basics. You know, melody, beat, chords, just standard stuff, rhythm, right? So, like, for example, if I were making a song, which is where I learned most of my sound design, was making music and then applying that to games afterwards, you would have something like, say, a piano first, right? I'm just going to recreate a song that I know from scratch because it's a fun song. It's not, it's actually really, like, downtrodden, but I like it. It's a fun song to play. So first you might. It was D, F, A. Okay. I can just play it on piano. But basically, you start off with just making a melody because Dreams also comes with a library of sounds and instruments, right? So, like the crossbow sound that I used to make the thunder is actually just a sound in the default sound pack that comes with the game. And then a lot of the instruments I use are just from the default instrument pack that comes with the game. If you use other people's created stuff, naturally you have to credit them. If you use the game's stuff, that's just kind of free, free for grabs. So I try to avoid using player created stuff whenever possible because then the credits get all long and convoluted. But let's say we pick like a piano, right? And then okay, well hey, for this song, I'm gonna just play around with one of these things. Let's do the filter first. That's too complicated. Let's do distortion first. When you turn it on, well, that sounds too aggressive. That sounds not bit crushy enough. I want it to sound like farts. Doesn't sound farty enough? Well, I guess we're never gonna get there. But you just play around with the sound and see where you like it. And then eventually you're like, well, hey, I like this, but let's play around with some other stuff. Well, let's play around with this one next. What does the filter do? And so you just kind of slowly and intuitively learn what each thing does by just playing around with it, right? Or an envelope. Those are fun. An envelope is essentially automation for a given value, right? So you have different parts here. Looks kind of confusing now. Let's spread it out a little bit. So, what does this mean? Well, your first node here, your first little black dot, is where the sound starts off at. This black dot is when it reaches its loudest volume, right? So let's say this does correlate to volume, right? Let's actually decrease everything. Let's just make a standard. Don't ask what I'm doing now. Don't worry, we'll explain that later. But for right now, we're just going to do this and pay no attention to it. Pay attention to this right here. This is where you start paying attention. So you have a note. What does an envelope do? An envelope is how the note works. So your first dot right here is the silent part, right as the note starts, before it actually makes any noise. This second note here is going to determine how long it takes to get to its loudest volume. Notice how it went kind of loud and then quiet again? Let's make it a bit more dramatic. So the loudest part right before it went back down to quiet, that's this note here. What this platform right here is this is the sustain of the note. How loud it is when it is continuously playing after it's finished going up and back down again. So watch. And it stays at that volume for the rest of the note. Lastly, this slope here is how long it takes to go from the sustained volume back down to 0 after the note stops. Pretty short, right? Let's have a little fun. Let's make it so a note plays instantaneous, right? The time it takes to go from 0 to 100 is 0. It's immediate. And then it does not get any quieter once it hits its maximum volume, so it just stays there. Like that. But let's increase the time it takes for it to stop playing. Well, what does that sound like? And let's do the same thing here, because this does not affect this. And this is how I made that sound to begin with. So we're going to do this here. Well, now it plays, and it just keeps playing, because it's taking a very long time to go back down to 0. So now we know what an envelope does, all right? So now we're like, okay, well, let's have a bit more fun with it now. Let's just turn that off and decrease that. So, all right, let's add distortion, and let's add filter. And let's make it so it takes a long time for the filter to get to its maximum effect on the sound. Let's do that. And let's change the filter envelope depth. That is essentially how strong the filter is by default, right? So we're going to say it's very weak by default, right? So now we have this weird sound. Let's make it go back down again. So it's going to go up, clear, and then back down to not clear. Well, that's a weird sound, isn't it? But what else can I do? Let's add granular synthesis. I want it to sound choppy. Let's make the time that it takes for it to play a note very slow. Let's make it 0. And does that change anything? A little bit. It adds a little bit of bass in there because it's stuck on the very start of the note. So you can even see the grains here playing. Right? They're stuck in the beginning. They're not moving. How do we make it jittery or make it sound like skippy? We'll see this here. This is your grain shape. What this does is this affects, like I mentioned earlier, the grain of a sound. So let's put that into practice. And let's actually go back to just a single note, so it's easier to hear. Let's make it jittier. So we're going to affect the overlap. Basically, when a sound is playing, to make it sound smooth, the grains overlap on top of each other. When one grain starts, another one also starts before the first one ends. What that translates to is a continuous sound. If, however, you decrease the overlap, right? So grain of sound plays, stops, and there's a gap of silence. It sounds like this. Because now suddenly there's not enough grains to fill in all the empty space, and so you have a but really quick. And we can even change the interval and make it even slower. Watch this. Pretty cool, right? And you can even increase the overlap and make it so that way now there's a bunch of grains playing over all at the same time, and it's very hard for there to be any empty space. So that almost creates kind of a sound of very smooth. So what that sometimes translates to, if you turn on, say, a different sound as well, and let's make it a very clear sound, versus, say, and let's actually, there we go. So let's actually turn this off. A lot of overlap, standard overlap, very short overlap. And so, yeah, you just learn these things over time. I mean, do you make music at all, or do you do anything of the sort? Like, what do you do? Also, thank you for attending my TED Talk. But, yeah. Oh, wow, that is a very annoying sound. Let's fix the grains, shall we? And let's decrease the volume.
I listen to music.
Nice, nice. What kind of stuff you listen to? Oh. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I don't think this is the right tempo, because I'm really breaking musical conventions here with how these chords are going out. Or not, the notes are going out. By the way, just so you know, the song I'm trying to play is this one. Not really. Oh no, I've skipped a part. But pardon one moment. I'll be right back. Actually, I'll take you guys with me. Let me just do this. Oh, pardon me one moment. Alrighty, I'm back. So do I know how to sing? I kind of do. I probably can sing better than I give myself credit for, but that's not because I'm a good singer. That's just because most people can sing better than they give themselves credit for. Statistically, if you think you can't sing, you're wrong. You probably can. Not many people can sing. But am I above the average population at singing? No. No, probably not. Why do you ask? Is it? Oh, it's probably because I make music. No, so I make EDM as well. I don't actually make music that you sing to. I make music that you bang your head to and commit arson to. Stuff like that. Let me really quickly just walk out here. You're outside now. Put them back in the shed. There we go. That'll do well. Like they were never. Oh, see, didn't close. Hold on. Okay. You know that's good enough. That's good enough. They'll never know it's open. Okay. Phew. I'm back. But yeah, no, I can't sing too well. Just average, probably. Haven't really trained or practiced. Would you like to hear some of the music I've made, though? Would that be of interest to you? I have to leave soon, so I can either show some music off, or I can show some more parts of my game off, whichever you'd prefer. I will let you be the judge or decider on that one. And also, my microphone is still active, right? Just want to double check and make sure. Awesome, good. And if you don't show the music,
Show the
awesome.
music.
Okay, so I will show you all the relevant and cool ones. I wasn't gonna make you decide, but like pick stuff, but bleh. I'll show you Wicked first. Actually, no, I'll show you Absinthe first, since that's like my least favorite out of. Oh, fuck. Since it's my least favorite out of them, but this is still pretty good. This is some of my recent stuff, so I haven't released this yet. But I will plug in my my SoundCloud, so you can hear some of my other stuff if you want to. So this is dubstep, kind of dubstep-y-ish. I'm not really sure what genre it is, but it's more aligned with like dubstep, not quite bro step. Here we go. Oh, and I'm gonna turn up the volume. That way you can play it as loud as you want, or you can turn it back down. So warning, however loud that was, it's about to be twice as loud. So adjust your volume accordingly. Okay, that was enough time to adjust accordingly. Here we go. Alright, so that's Absinthe. That's like my least favorite of the three I'm going to show you. I might even show you more if I have time, but probably only three. Next is going to be Wicked. And then I'll show you Whacked, which is this one, which isn't finished yet. So yeah, we'll show Wicked first, and then I'll show you Whacked. And this... Wait, no, that's the album, Wicked. Here is the song, Wicked.
Needs to go to geometry-ASAP.
Thank you. I hope you like this one. This one's even better. Here it is. Okay, so that's wicked. And then, also, what do you think? What do you think? And let me pull up Whacked while I hear what you think about that. So Whacked is kind of like the sister song to Wicked. This one was made because I really like the energy of Wicked, and I wanted to make another one kind of not similar in melody or like style to it, but similar in energy to it. This one's not done yet, but I mean it's getting there. It's getting there. Piano, what do you think though about Wicked before I play this one? Good.
It was good, I liked it.
Thank you. I hope you like this one more. This is my favorite, at least so far. Not my favorite song I've made, but between the three, my favorite, I think. This is Whacked. And that's all I have so far. I'm still working on the final drop to actually make it fully functional, so it's only about like a third done. By the time I'm finished, it should be about 350 to 4 minutes long, roughly. That's the goal, so it's not too far off. Yeah, it's getting there. But I like this one the most just because I really like the beat. Just something about this part, like right here. Right here. Just a really fun, kind of bouncy, aggressive beat. But yeah, no. I've made some other stuff that I've actually released. So like Octane is an album I made recently. You can find it under Kaida Kai, Keai. I do have one with the piano, but it's not actually done. I have a few piano pieces, So, for example, on Grasp, my second album, God, that was loud. There's this. I don't have any electro, like, I guess, like EDM songs with piano in it necessarily. But I do have this nice piece in one of my albums. This is called Fool Me Twice, and it is the song that comes before a song that represents depression. Good stuff, right?
Nice. It sounds like a lullaby.
Exactly. Gets you into a false sense of security. Now, there is... God, I fucking hate that goddamn song. I don't like the fact that it's in my playlist. I have a playlist of other songs, and I have a dub... So, there's also... It was Resolution. This one is a... that I made that does have piano. It's just not done yet. This is not done, and it's very old. Someday I might revisit this and finish it. We'll see. Unmute myself first. And then it just kind of repeats the melody for now. I didn't really have much inspiration with this one because I was working on this, which was Skrillex, a mix of that and First of the Year. But then I came up with this one, and I just kind of gave up on it. This one is out and here. But you can listen to it here if you'd like. I'm gonna mute myself and get ready to go because I do have to quit the stream after this song. One moment. Alrighty, so yeah, that was Surprise. Pardon me one moment again.
Nice song, bro. Also, I understand if you have to go now. It was nice seeing this live stream and I hope to see you again.
Yeah, I have to go now. Alright, bye guys.